freaking get this thing started. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I think it's good lighting and also fake lashes. But thank you very much. So my name is Ashley Molstead. Want to welcome everybody to the call. I'm excited to share with you guys this training that I actually put together for the last Diamond Dash. So we ran a Diamond Dash, I don't know, March, I think it was, or something, or April. And there was several requests to share that outside of the Diamond Dash. So I put together a different training for our Diamond Dash this time. And I wanted to share this with all the teams because it's super important. As you guys know, social media is our storefront. And so tonight I'm going to walk you through my idea on how to create content. So I'm going to share my screen, ask questions in the chat, because I think it's about a 30-minute presentation, 30 to 40-minute presentation. So there will be time for questions at the end. But I want to walk you through my content creation process. Let me see, how can I make this smaller? There we go. I want to walk you through my content creation process, and hopefully this will help you guys with some of yours, because I think content and social media is some of the, it's our biggest thing. It's how you get more eyes on you, but then it's also, I'm going to teach you kind of what to do with those eyes once you have them. So this is how to create content like a boss without wasting all your damn time, because I know in the beginning it can feel a little bit like you are constantly trying to come up with things to post. So here's some ways that I do it, and just know that it is a little bit like learning a new language where it's difficult at first, but it starts to get easier. And now I don't really even have to think about content. It just comes more naturally. But, you know, of course it's been 5 years, but it didn't take that long to start getting comfortable and speaking it fluently. But the first thing you need to know is take a lot of selfies. I remember before I started coaching, I used to make fun of people who took selfies and would think that they were narcissists. And that was also just me being an insecure person. Now I take selfies all day, every day. Like, I don't care who watches me take selfies. And I don't share 95% of the selfies that I take, because I don't, you know, I just take them so that I have them. But then maybe I take 20 a day and I post 2, right? So, but I think it's really important to take good selfies. And the main theme of your photos, I want them to be light, bright, and eye-catching. So here's some things that you can do to make them eye-catching. I know there's probably some males on the call. But if you are a female or if you're a male with long hair, wear your hair down, not always. So the idea behind all of this is you want to basically create a lifestyle that looks so appealing that other people want to join you. So wear your hair down, get ready once in a while, you know, only posting in fitness gear, like your sweaty selfies. One, it's not super relatable because nobody that's watching, generally the people that are watching you are having to get out of the house and get ready. They're not living in fitness gear all the time. But I know we've got a lot of people that work out of the house too, and you're getting ready. So that comment's more for people who are like me, full-time fitness coach, or people who are, you know, work from home moms, making sure that you're making your life look really appealing. So just living in like fitness gear and sweaty selfies is not as relatable, but not super interesting either. So you can buy, to mix things up, buy cheap, fun fitness clothes. I know Leticia is a huge fan of shopping at Ross. I have several things that I've purchased from Amazon that were super affordable. Like I don't know if you guys follow me at all, but like the bright pink, I mean, actually, what was I wearing? This shirt, this tank top that I'm wearing, and this is from Amazon. So you can find like super affordable things. Fabletics is a great, but don't be wearing these same fitness clothes that are ratty and dingy and gross forever. Oh my gosh, you guys, we've maxed out this call. I think my call maxes out at 200. Holy smokes, thanks for being here. So, you know, it doesn't have to be expensive. One, it is a write-off, remember that. But two, you want to have them, you know, also be on brand for you. So just buy new clothes, you know, every so often. Treat yourself. You deserve it. Instead of when you complete a program, taking yourself out on an ice cream date, which you can absolutely do that, and I do that. Buy yourself some fitness gear, or buy yourself some fitness gear and then go get the ice cream. You want to use white natural lighting as much as possible. So I try, like, my dad has an amazing window right now, so I'm sitting in front of a window. So this is an amazing place for me to do. Like, if I lived in this house, I would be setting up my office like this way. I'd be taking selfies in this room. I'd probably set this as my workout space because the lighting is amazing in here. But at my house in Arizona, I'm in front of a window, but the light doesn't shine in like that very well. So I have some fake lighting that I put up, and it was this roll. It was like $8 of, it's called, like, if you search on Amazon, if you could mute yourself, please. Let me just real quick mute everyone if I can. I'm still getting feedback. So if you are listening in on your phone, please mute yourself. So if you search on Amazon, it's like LED kitchen undermount lighting or something. It's like $8 for a roll, and I have it taped around my computer. Also investing in a Diva ring or one of the knockoff versions on Amazon to kind of recreate that natural bright light, but find a window. The like yellow, murky, muddy, under your kitchen or in your basement photos, you want to think what is going to be scroll stopping. And if it's like dark and dingy and muddy and murky, it's not scroll stopping. So find a window. Natural light is best, but you can recreate that natural light by using the like bright, LED Diva ring style. Let me just open the chat and make sure. Oh, yes, good idea. Lucy, refrigerator lighting. Learned that from Shalene Johnson, actually. So I'm not going to always keep the chat up, but so if something's going on where you can't see my screen and you can't hear me, unmute yourself and let me know that. But I get distracted by the chat. But I wanted to make sure that the chat right now wasn't telling me those things. Okay, so you want to take your food. I'm going kind of out of order here with these bullets, and I will give you guys this presentation after so you can look at it and go through it again. So you don't need to like write everything down, but maybe write down keynotes. But take your food to a window. Nobody wants to eat your food that is like yellow, gross, on like a gross plate with like like it's just, you want it to be light, vibrant, like you want the food to look delicious because you want their thumbs are going a mile a minute on their phone. You want it to stop their scroll. So take your food to a window, find a window to get some natural lighting, get outside. You can ask people to take pictures of you. If you have an iPhone, there is something on it now, I'm sure you've heard about it, but it's called portrait mode, and it makes it look really professional. It basically focuses on a subject and blurs the background. So you can ask somebody to do that with you. You can set it up on a timer. I also want to make sure you guys are looking into the camera. So when you're taking selfies, I see a lot of people look at themselves in the screen. What you want to do is find the camera on the phone. And if people, like I ran into a ton of people at Summit who wanted to take photos. So before they took it, I always ask them, where's the lens? Where is your camera? So look into the camera because then it feels like you're making eye contact with the person who's finding you in their news feed. Get outside, they should be bright. Yep. So I think that I've covered all these bullets, but the bottom line is your social media is your magazine. So you want to make it look pretty. Okay. Here are some ideas of ways that you can vary things up, because I also feel like selfies aren't just the same camera angle. It's not just you every time you finish your workout and you're sweaty and you're in the same spot and you take a picture. That is also not eye-catching because it's the exact same thing. So you want to make sure you're giving a lot of variety to your selfies. So these are all variations of selfies, but you can see they're all very different. So this is interesting, right? And I borrowed obviously from some of my friends and the leaders of all of us. So because I can't tell you, I go to so many people's profiles and it's the exact same, like sweaty selfie in their bathroom or whatever, their bedroom, like dark lighting every single day. And you want to think now, Instagram is really, I feel like, jumping up as far as engagement goes. And I know a lot of us now, my business used to be 90% Facebook, 10% Instagram. It's now flopped. And that's awesome because you can actually pull up Instagram on your phone, and actually on the first page here. So this is kind of a snapshot of my Instagram that I had posted. So look at what you're posting to make sure there's a good variety in there. So it's not just like, if it was just the same selfie, every single picture, it's uninteresting. So if someone goes to your profile, they're bored, right? So you want to make sure you have a variety. So here's some ideas. This is Lori. It's indoor, but it's by a window. Light, bright, eye-catching, using natural light. This is Letty. She put it on a timer, and she's playing with angles here. So she got outside using natural light and just put her phone on the ground. She's also using curiosity marketing here by having her energize in a cup. This is Emily. So her photo, this was taken at night. You can see it's dark outside, but you can also see kind of right here, this light that she has. So that's the diva ring. And she's also using props here. She's got her dogs in the picture. And this was set, I don't know, I can't remember what she said, if Dylan took this or if she set it up on a timer, but you can see this is also kind of curiosity marketing because this is like her business, right? I think this might have even been a business post. So here she is in her office, and it's still a selfie. This is the portrait mode I'm talking about. So Tanya asked somebody to take a photo of her. As you can see, she's super focused and clear in this picture. Again, natural light outside, but the background is blurred. So it looks really professional, but it's just on any iPhone camera that you have. I've mentioned a couple times using props. So use babies, use dogs. If you are, you've got like funny coffee mugs or graphic tees that say stuff, using things that kind of break it up. Those are great, eye-catching. They're also great like conversation pieces. If someone has dogs in the picture, then and they also have dogs, that's an immediate connection. If someone has a baby and I have a baby, that's an immediate connection. Not all of your pictures should include your props, but include them for sure. Food and drinks, like a lot, Starbucks is a great prop, whatever is on brand for you. Remember, I also mentioned creating kind of FOMO. So you want to create, you're not selling fitness programs and shakes. You are selling a lifestyle that people want to join. So this is Autumn and her husband. This was actually when they went to Mexico on the Success Club trip, but this is set up on a timer, and like, how badly do you want to be in that picture? Like, that looks like she's having a blast. Like, I want to live that life, right? It's a selfie, but it's also creating FOMO. And then here's another one. This is Jamie playing around with angles. So you can see she's got her Portland Coach shirt on. This is a gift that I gave her. It has her team name on it. And that's not even the main part of it, but it's just playing around with angles to like, and I don't even know what this might have been about her superfood shake, but it's just a way, instead of you kissing your Shakeology selfie, something like this is a lot more visually interesting. It's more likely to stop the scroll so that they read the caption if you're going to talk about your shake. All right. So here are some basic rules to stop being a basic bee. You should be, like, if your social media is a film, you are the main actress or actor in it. You will have supporting cast, you will have supporting characters like your kids or your pets, but it's mostly you. So you don't hide behind our products, you don't hide behind your family, you don't hide behind props and all that. It's mostly you. And then make sure that not just are you showing up with all the good stuff that makes you you, but also have an opinion, own your truths. Say things that are going to rub people the wrong way because they're going to rub the right people the right way. Don't be afraid to turn some people off. I remember when I did have that photo that went viral, there was a swear word in it, and I did not ever boost that post or take the swear word out because I knew it would turn some people off. Then, once I got all those new eyes on me, I had to make sure I kept showing up with my truths. And I remember when I first started thinking about like, what makes me me? What are my truths? What makes up Ashley? One of the things that was like, if you are struggling to figure out who you are, think about, what do you like to do on the weekends? If you have an evening free, where do you spend your time? What are you scrolling and searching for on Pinterest? Who are you following on Instagram? Like, what do you look for in magazines or in books or in friends or, whatever? And one of the things that I like to do, John and I like to do, is like go out and eat and drink. And I remember feeling like super uncomfortable the first time I swore on social media. The first time I really started talking about enjoying alcohol on social media. But then I realized, like, but that's me, and that's me owning my truth. And there are absolutely people that find my page that decide they are not interested in what I have to offer or anything about me because they're turned off by my swear words or by the fact that I like to drink or the way that I parent or whatever. And that's okay, because if you are turning some people off, that means you are showing up with a flavor. It means that the right people are going to find you. But make sure you're also engaging with your audience. So you want to evoke conversation, ask questions. And at the end, bottom line, don't try to connect with everybody. That's not the goal. The goal is not for you to market yourself to everybody, because then you just become unrelatable to everybody. If you're trying to be perfect and you're trying to please everybody, first of all, it's impossible. So you will never achieve it. So you will continue to feel defeated. And second of all, it's really unfulfilling. So it's so much better to stand firm in your beliefs and make sure you're showing up as who you are, so that you are finding just the other yous. Like, I am not interested in talking to everybody. I've really now marketed myself only to females. I've marketed myself to other Ashleys of the world. So those are people who have struggled with doubts and insecurities, who know that they're made for more, but just, really have some struggles that they're dealing with, maybe even depression. The other Ashleys of the world like a discount. They like saving money. They're, into having fun, having a good time. They don't take anything too seriously. They love dogs, whatever. So I'm just looking for the other Ashleys, which is a very kind of specific person, but there is enough other Ashleys out there, and there is enough other yous out there too. Also, talk about what you do every day. So talk about the 4 vitals. Obviously, it's very easy to share our workouts and our, sweaty selfies and drinking shake and drinking our Energize and stuff like that. But don't forget to shout out other people, to recognize other people, to talk about how you're doing personal development and what are you learning and taking away from that. And think about adding value every day. So when you make a post, don't think about, how can I get, the most likes? How can I get the most eyes on this? What's going to create the most engagement and get the, reach the most people? Think about instead, how can I show up and outrageously serve my community today? And so for me, it's always been self-love, has always been a part of my brand, but that is something that I know people come to me for. That is a way that I add a lot of value, is by including self-love into my world. I know, Emily has a very strong following, loyal following. When she shares her story about her miscarriages, and she really, and then, I think it's Hope After Heartbreak or something like that, where she's providing hope for people, right? So she has a lot of people, and actually a lot of people on her team who have had those same struggles, but because she's not presenting it in a woe is me, and she's not even selling on those posts about like her miscarriages, that's not anything about sales. That is 100% a value add post to try to provide value to people. So, and you don't have to have a big struggle like depression or, hating your body or having, addiction issues or financial struggle. You don't have to have any of that. You can just talk about, everybody has insecurities and doubts. So you can talk about what those have been for you and how you're overcoming them. So here's some questions to think about when you're thinking about the captions. Who is the old you? Who is the you that signed up before Beachbody? And so for me, some of my posts are talking to the Ashley before Beachbody, right? The one that was living paycheck to paycheck, climbing the corporate ladder, checking boxes, going through the motions, feeling depressed, even suicidal. That is the old Ashley. So sometimes my posts are directed at her. Sometimes they're directed at who I am today, what I'm struggling with now. So it can be what you're struggling with now. It can also be what you're struggling with before. What have some of your biggest excuses been, and how did you overcome it, or how will you overcome it? What are you hopeful about? I know that's a huge one for me, especially for most of you. You're still probably new at coaching and are maybe working full-time still, and you're not making a lot of money yet with this. But for me, one of the hugest things, like I love the community, I love the products, but one of the things I loved so much about coaching was the fact that it allowed me to dream again, to really be hopeful about the future. So think about, what are you hopeful about, and share that with people, because there are so many people who are also just living for the weekends, right? They're working for Friday. They're just surrounded by negativity, people who also hate their jobs and complain about their lives, but like, what are you hopeful about? That is a breath of fresh air. And also, how did you win today? So share how you showed up and won today, because we all have struggles every single day. What did you do for yourself today? And talk to the Ashley of today. Talk to the, Letty, Lori, Amanda, Sylvia, Cynthia, Sid, whatever, all of you. Talk to you, the other yous out there. And remember, at the end of it, you are not just a Beachbody coach. You are a living, breathing human who has so much more value to add than just the fact that you work out and drink a superfood shake every day. You have so many more things that you can offer, and you are not just a Beachbody coach. So don't just show up on your social media as a Beachbody coach. Sure, that's a part of you, but it is not all of you, promise, because you were lots of things before Beachbody came into your world. All right, what makes a good caption? Aside from, talking specifically to the other yous out there, what makes a good caption? Short and sweet one-liners, things like, diamonds were a girl's best friend, and then yoga pants happened. So this would be something, maybe like a picture of you. Again, I'm not a huge fan of like throwing up the inspirational quotes and stuff like that, where they're just like, quotes. Make it be a picture of you that is scroll stopping. Use your selfie tips that I showed you earlier, and then pair it with a good caption. So this one could be a picture of you in yoga pants, hanging out, with your family, and with that caption. Another idea is using negative wording. Something like, I never thought I would feel comfortable in my own skin. And this could be a picture of you wearing shorts for the first time, wearing a tank top for the first time, in a swimsuit on the beach with your kids, and then telling the story around that. Ask questions, something like, have you ever felt like you had no control over your life? And this one I think would be great for a picture of you. This could be like a great coach opportunity kind of post. I know before Beachbody, I kind of felt like I was, checking boxes, going through the motions. I didn't really have control. Someone had control over my life for me. They decided if I got promoted. They decided if I got the raise. They decided how fast I climbed that ladder. And Beachbody gave me that control. So maybe this is a picture of you at your computer working, and it's sharing that. Using negative or using emotional power words, things like, I was destroying my body until I discovered my secret. And maybe this is, like for me, my secret was that it wasn't my body at all. It was my mind that I had to work on. So I could put a picture of this, like a picture up of me with kind of a self-love, no apologies about my body, but it's not opposed, flattering by society standard. It's just me. I could put that up with this caption and then the story to go with it. You can also talk in numbers, things like 21 days ago, I was not the same girl. And maybe this is a transformation photo, right? But at the end of the day, it's always you paired with a good caption. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're a little bit longer, and you tell a story to go with it. And I think it's really important that you do have more shorter captions than longer captions, especially in the beginning, because if you only just do long caption after long caption after long caption, people don't read. I know there are some coaches that I follow who I love and adore, but just do long captions all the time, and I don't ever stop to read it. Whereas the coaches who put like good, 3-paragraph or 3-sentence captions up most of the time, I come to love them. I read their stuff a lot, so I love what they put up. So then when they put up a long one, I'll read that too. So you kind of have to earn the longer captions and make them good. But just keep that in mind. All right, so I've already said that we are not just Beachbody coaches, right? I think the biggest mistake we make when we become Beachbody coaches is we think that that's all that we are. So all of a sudden, all we do, our feed just becomes about how great everything's going for you, and you push play on your workout and you're killing your meal plan and life is feeling awesome. But you are the only place we can get you. So our job, in my opinion, is not to make everybody use and love Beachbody. Our job is to use and love Beachbody ourselves, to let it be our solution, let it light us up, and then shine that light out for other people to see. I know I was before Beachbody wading in the dark. I was drowning. I was, suffocating, and I was looking for a light. And my sister-in-law had done this program. She said she was starting a private, online challenge group. I joined it. I saw her light, and then I used the products. And now these products have, lit me up. And now I shine that light for everybody else. So my job is now to share this with everybody. It is not to convince everybody that Beachbody is for them. It's just to say, this was my solution and it worked for me. And sometimes I get messages from people saying, because of you, I joined a gym and I'm down 20 pounds. Because of you, I signed up for this marathon. Because of you, I quit my job and I'm now pursuing my passion. I'm not earning any income off of that. And that is still a massive win, because I think our job really is to help other people become lighthouses. So to inspire them to live their best life. So think about, what is your why? Why are you working out? Why are you showing up? What are you working for? What is motivating you? For me, in the beginning, my why was to bring my husband home. He hated his job. He was so stressed, and I knew it was taking years off of his life. I knew that because I was listening to personal development that said stress is worse for you than anything, and I wanted him to be around. You know, now my why is to provide like stability and a great income and a great life for Rev and our future family that we have. But what is your why? Think about that. Think about what it is that is going to make you show up every day, on the good days, but the hard days. Attitude of gratitude. So show up every day being a ray of sunshine. What has being a coach changed about your life? You want to make people be a part of what it is that you're doing and share things that you're grateful for. Everybody has their own negative stuff going on. We've all got our own BS and our own hard things that we're dealing with. So you're no longer just allowed to complain on social media. You have to share it. I mean, you can complain. You can talk about how you had a hard day. You can talk about the struggles that you've gone through, but you have to spin it to win it. So have an attitude of gratitude, you know? Again, you're selling a lifestyle. And so if you're just complaining and being negative and talking about how hard things are, nobody wants to be a part of that. They've already got their own hard that they're dealing with. Don't forget to share transformations. I already mentioned that, but share your own as well as other people. It's not just about you. You are here to help others. So share testimonies. Recognition is the fourth vital behavior. So a great place to share this is in your stories. I do think, again, your feed on Instagram, when I share transformations, I generally will make myself, this is not always the case, but 8 out of 10 times, I'll make my transformation be me. And then on Instagram, you can add other photos. So I'll have me be the cover photo, so that when they're scrolling my Instagram, they're seeing mostly me, but they swipe to see other ones. Or add them into your Instagram story. And if you're not storying yet, you are missing out hugely. Instagram story is where it's at. Show consistency. So I think Leticia is probably the best that I know about being consistent. Every single day, you know, she wakes up with her Energize. She wakes up listening to personal development. She pushes play. She has her shake. She shares her workout. Even on vacation, every day I can count on Leticia getting her workout in. She's going to do her girl boss stuff. She's going to take care of herself, do some self-love, and she's going to go to bed reading more personal development. I know, because she shows it every day on her story. She is very consistent, and people are watching. They're seeing you change and your results that you're sharing. So take them with you every day on the journey. Don't wait until you've reached your destination. I know there are a lot of new coaches on the team, and probably a lot of you are new tuning in, and it's tempting to not share until you feel like you've reached a goal or you have your own transformation or something like that. Take them on the journey with you. I know that's what Emily credits her success to, for like why she had such a huge surge in her business, was she took people on the journey of 80-day obsession. But stop selling Beachbody and start selling your lifestyle, right? People can get our fitness programs and shakes anywhere. They can get it they can Google, they can go to beachbody.com, they can call and order it from Beachbody, they can eBay it. Where I got my first program, I bought it on eBay. They can get it on Amazon. But you are the only place we can get you. So start valuing yourself more. It's a amazing value that they, with the purchase of their challenge pack, get you. Sell the value of you. Share you and your story and how you can help them, continue inviting them, and just be the person that you needed every single day. Always comes back to the vitals. So, the 4 vitals are: be proof that the products work. So you do your workout, you drink your shake. You can share that every day by sharing workout clips, fitness selfies, new workout gear. Show your shake. I don't ever call it Shakeology on my social media. I usually call it superfood shake, or like, a salad in a glass or something like that. Share pictures of you, like Letty showed, that Energize. I mean, you see in all of our stories, we're having Energize all the time. The pre-workout crack. Hold the product, share results, share non-scale victories, create curiosity. So when you see me a lot of times posting with my Energize, I don't ever call it Energize. I don't ever say Beachbody Performance Energize. I don't want people going and Googling it. So I'll create curiosity, educate people. Don't argue, don't defend. So if someone comes on and they're spewing hate on your page, or they're like questioning if your results are real, block them. If they are not your supporter, they're probably not going to be your customer, probably not going to be your coach. And do you even really want them to be your customer or coach if they're not nice and they're not supportive of you? No, block, block, block. I block people all the freaking time. I don't ever think twice about it. I don't ever think, well, I want more likes. What if they're going to buy from me? Like, I don't want assholes buying from me. So block. Let them go find another coach. I'm not their cup of tea, right? If someone's being mean to you, block them. Personal development is another vital behavior. Do it daily. I just had a message from someone, I think she's on this call, who said she's really struggling. She's feeling defeated. She's not getting any bites, all of this and that. Something that you will all, if you haven't felt it yet, you will all feel it. I have felt it several times. I'm actually in the middle of feeling like a discouragement phase in my business and in my life. And I know how important personal development is. So I asked her, are you doing personal development? And she's not. I've never met a coach who has quit this business who is like knee deep in personal development. It just doesn't happen. Your mind is your biggest challenger. So, befriend it, take care of it. It is as important to do personal development as it is to do our workouts. And you can share it on social media. Share your takeaways. That adds value. A lot of times people are like, how do you come up with your lives that you talk about in your boot camps or on social media or whatever? It's from personal development. You can share quotes. It's going to help you to grow into the person that you want. It's going to help you cut out that negativity. Live events are amazing. So one of the biggest game changers for me was attending Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within a couple years ago. And I attend every Super Saturday I can, of course, Summit, but attend other events as well and take notes, write things down. And while I'm out, I don't read as much anymore, but I listen. And while I'm out walking the dog or whatever, I have the notes app on my phone. I open it up and I'll write down any takeaways that I have. Another vital behavior is recognize. You know this one, of course. And you can do it if you're new or you're not, but you can share transformations. You can shout out people like friends, family, yourself. You can shout out team members, share it on your stories, recognize people. But if you're brand new and you don't have a team and you're not running a boot camp or anything yet, you can just simply compliment people. You can send out love to people. But like this picture of Emily, this was her recognizing herself. This was when she found out her team was the number 5 team in the company. Celebrate yourself. In this space, it is not only can you do it, but it's encouraged. So definitely celebrate yourself. And then of course the final vital behavior, these aren't really in any order, but is share, connect, invite. I know according to Beachbody, it's invite, invite, invite. But I think it's really share, connect, invite. And how do you do that? You share transformations. You do a hard invite. So you can slide into someone's DM with a hard invite. You can put a hard invite out on social media publicly. Put reminders up. So I just put a post right before this call up, and it was adding value, giving them, some information on like self-love and whatever. But then at the end, I did a reminder, final week to join my, next boot camp or whatever. I also went live in my Instagram stories right before this, showing that I was going to talk on this call. Share community. Show people, a peek into your boot camp, peek into your team page. When we get together at live events, take those photos that we take together and put those out. Share that community. A lot of people they're just desperate for support and a community and feeling connection. Host sneak peeks. Share, what to expect, talk about connections that you've made. I know some of my favorite people in my life. In fact, probably everyone on this call came into my life because of social media. Ask for emojis. So it's something that I know Emily does a lot. She'll say drop your favorite emoji in the comments and I'll get back to you. You can say, drop your email below. You can private message them or ask them to private message you, but the bottom line with invites is you must do it daily. It is if you are not hitting Success Club, you are not inviting. You must invite every single day. Sometimes it's just inviting to start that conversation. So it's sharing on social media. It's connecting one-on-one, but also on social media. And if you are connecting, you then have people to invite. So you have to invite daily. Daily. Not when you feel like it, not the warm market that you have, not when you're in a comfort zone, every single day. And that means you're gonna have to start talking to people that are not currently in your network, that you don't have a relationship with. You're going to have to start talking to strangers. But let me tell you how much I care about strangers' opinions now. 0. Because I decided to do that and reach out and talk to new people, everybody on this call was a stranger to me. Like the 5 ladies that we lead these calls, Lori, Tanya, Letty, Emily, myself, all of them were strangers and now they're like my best friends, right? And you never know who you're gonna find on the other side of that message, but you know you will never find them if you don't send it. So you must invite daily. Here's how you can kind of set up your week. So here's an idea. I know people are always like, how do you lay out like what you're going to post and when? So you want to think about like what people are looking for. So in the beginning of the week, it's great. I never save like great posts or invite posts for Friday, even like Thursday, but like Friday and Saturday for sure, I do not put invite posts up because people are having fun. They're living their life. They're enjoying and indulging. They're not thinking about, I want to lose weight. They're thinking about getting back to their fitness plan starts Sunday and goes through like Monday, Tuesday, right? So those are great times to put up an invite post. You can do Motivation Monday. So share how you're starting your week off strong. You can share Transformation Tuesday. Wednesday, you can do what I'm doing right now, which is literally like stop, drop, and selfie. So I know a lot of people are like taking a picture of the Zoom call. That's not what I've learned is that's not super eye-catching, but what you could do is take a picture of you with your computer and talk about the Zoom that you were on, right? The connection, the meeting that you just had with your besties from all around Canada and the US, I mean UK too, but it's like in the middle of the night for UK people right now. But anyway, what I ate Wednesday, so you can share your whatever you ate. Remember, take your food to a window. Thursday, you can do like Throwback Thursday, Thankful Thursday. Thursday is a great day to do like a coach opportunity post because we always celebrate things that we're thankful for on Thursday, right? Feature Friday, so you can shout out somebody else. I've seen Face-to-Face Friday, which I did one recently because my face has changed so much on this journey. Fun Friday, Fun Fact Friday, like whatever. These are all like alliteration kind of things, but these are just to give you ideas. Then Saturday, like Friday and Saturday, you're just doing lifestyle. You're sharing a peek into who you are. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm sharing results. Then I'm doing lifestyle on Friday, Saturday, and then I'm doing my invites Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, generally. And then I think, right. Okay. So think about what people are thinking about. And if you haven't read it and you're not paying attention to this guy, Gary Vaynerchuk is brilliant when it comes to social media. And he wrote a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. The idea behind that is it is give, 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 and then ask. So you want to make sure you're providing value, 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 and then you do the invite and you ask. Right? And so it's not super valuable to only show up with your sweaty selfies and you kissing your Shakeology and you talking about how awesome everything is and there's no struggles. It's not super valuable. People can't relate to that because they've got their own struggles in their brains, right? They don't want to work out every day. They have the burger instead of the salad. They're hating their bodies right now, right? So you want to give value as much as you can. And then once they start coming to you, they're like, I like what she's putting out there. They're going to start trusting you. It's super easy to right hook them then, right? So it's jab, 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 right hook. Give, 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 and then ask. And finally, we've got to stop caring so much about other people's opinions. We get one life to live. We just get one shot at this. And most of us spend like all of it caring about what other people think. But then you're not really living your life. You're living theirs. And I've talked about this before, but people are judging you right now anyway. I talked about this at Summit in my speech with Amy, but they're judging you right now anyway. They're just judging you inaccurately if you're only putting out what you think they want to see. If you're only putting out like a glossed over, dumbed down version of you. You are allowed to be who you are. And the opinions that matter are like yourself. And that's the one that we don't value. That's the one we undervalue. Like we don't even think our opinion matters at all. But the most important opinion is yourself. The second most is the people that love you and that you love. And I know not everybody's husband is supportive, but what I would say to that is schedule in business time so that you are not neglecting your family. You're not at the mercy of your phone all the time. You have family time too, where you are not on your phone, but keep them involved in the journey. Let them know like what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. Share your dreams with them. Share stories with them of people that you've helped. Like care about those opinions, but the coworker that you aren't going to see again in 5 years, you know, your mother-in-law who's really doubting you, she's going to feel real proud when 5 years from now, you have completely changed who you are, changed her son or daughter's life, right? Changed her grandchildren's life. Eventually she can't doubt you because you will be so successful she can't, right? Stop caring about the opinions of strangers on the internet. That person who spewed hate on your stuff, block them, forget them, and move on. They don't pay your bills. They don't build your dreams. We have to stop caring about other people's opinions and care about the ones that matter, which is you and those in your little tiny nucleus, the ones that will be in your life forever. Okay, and that's all I have. So I'm going to stop sharing and we can do some questions. I'm going to check out the chat. Okay. Just going to see, can you repeat the lights from Amazon that you put around your screen? I think that they were called like LED under kitchen light, something like that. Oh, good. Someone answered that already. Just discover the timer. My husband and I share Facebook. Should I change that where it's only under my name? I think that's your call, but I do think it's important to open a public Instagram account then. And at some point you will want to change it to just your name. I don't know if you need to do it right away, but at some point, yeah, you will. Okay. Oh, someone said there's an app you can autofocus on yourself. Oh, Facetune or Facetune 2 is the focus app. Okay. I know that's a paid app, but also that is a write-off. Get 10 times more engagement when I wear stuff with quotes from The Office because it's relatable outside of fitness. So The Office should probably be a part of your brand then, which is awesome. Like that's the thing is like it can be, your brand can have anything in it. Like your brand can be The Office. I know part of Lori's brand is like popcorn and pizza. Like people know her for those things, right? And Target, I feel like I know Lori for those 3 things. And those are small things, but then I also know Lori for being a mom. I know Lori for being a hustler. I know Lori for her fashion. So there's bigger things, but small things. And Brittany, if The Office is resonating with people, I would run with that because that's a fun one. Anything for Androids that are cool, like the iPhone feature Ashley was talking about. I don't have an Android and I don't understand people that do. Love you, but like Androids, like, come on. Hop on the Apple train. I know people they're like anti-Apple, but Apple just makes things so seamless. I just love it. And John like rebelled against Apple for a couple years and then he had a Samsung and he was like constantly saying like every week something about that phone sucked. So we finally got him back on the Apple wagon. All right. Let me just see. Oh my gosh, totally. So Michelle said, the first time someone says you're helping them through their struggles, you'll wish you did it sooner. So true. And my thing that I did with Amy at Summit was all about basically blowing past your limiting beliefs and living up to your full potential and, you know, building confidence and stuff. And a lot of that comes with sharing your struggles. And I know that is what brought probably several of you, I know that we have lots of teams on here, but if you're on my team, probably brought several of you to me when I talked about those things that, you know, I struggled with. So talk about your struggles. It will bring people to you and you will feel like, I know Jamie Nelson just posted recently a picture of her. And I told her this was awesome. It was a picture. It was like an aerial view of herself with a bunch of pills in her hand. And that was way more eye-catching than like a selfie of her being frowny or a picture of a pill bottle or something. I thought it was very eye-catching. It was light bright. She was outside in natural lighting. And then the caption was talking about how she battled with depression and anxiety and she finally is getting help. And, you know, she's spin it to win it and whatever. But she said that brought out a ton of people because people are struggling with this same stuff, you guys. So, yeah, share that stuff. Okay. Just seeing if there's any questions. Don't have any. Jamie's talking right here now. Sharing the things you're most scared to share will be the most relatable things. You have to share the struggles and breadcrumb them without throwing others under the bus. I too deal with drugs and alcohol addiction in my life, and I share it the best I can without selling people out too much. Yes. Someone mentioned breadcrumbs. How would you do that? To eventually share my story. Drug addiction. So breadcrumbs, like if you want to eventually share your story about, so for me, like, for example, the breadcrumbing that I did around my mental illness, I was not ready to share that I was suicidal. So I somewhere, like it was probably in a post about how I'm hopeful about the future now or something, that I talked about, you know, what coaching has done for me or how I've changed as a person. I can't remember because I shared it like 5 years ago. But I didn't talk about being suicidal yet, and I buried somewhere my history with depression in the caption, I think. Or maybe I said it on a video that I recorded. I can't remember. But I remember like trying to like hide it with other content around it. And then people still saw it and came out, like my inbox was just flooded, and so much support and so much love. So I got a little more comfortable sharing it and letting more people in on how deep the struggle was. And then eventually I was able to talk about being suicidal. And now I don't feel any qualms about sharing it. It's just a part of my story, right? So that's kind of what we mean by breadcrumbing. Like, start small and share bits and pieces here until you can, you know, really feel comfortable sharing your whole thing. Are there different unwritten rules for Facebook than Instagram? I don't know. I think the biggest thing is like what Gary Vaynerchuk always says is the market dictates everything. So what he means by that is like, play around, figure out what works. So what are people following you for? If there's a post that you put up that resonates really well with them, then do more of that. If there's a post that you put up that you like worked forever on and you think it's amazing and it falls flat, that's the market telling you we don't care about that, right? Even though you worked hard and you thought it was great, if it doesn't do anything, then. And so I know for a while, live videos were all the jam on Facebook. So I went live all the time and I never went live on Instagram. I actually don't know what Facebook wants to see anymore because Facebook doesn't show my stuff to anybody. So I still post there, but I really focus a lot more on Instagram these days and Instagram stories. I'm telling you, if you are feeling insecure about Instagram storying, you need to get over that. You need to just start. The only way to get through your fears of like, there's people that are like, I Instagram story, but I'm afraid. I just had a coach a couple weeks ago say, I Instagram story, but I'm afraid of videoing myself or like talking. So I just do pictures. Well, get over it. The only way, and I'm not saying that in an insensitive way, I'm saying like, you have to get over it. You have to push through those fears. And the only way to do it is by doing it. Literally, like you have to start videoing yourself, and you will be shaky and nervous at first, and you will feel nervous about putting yourself out there, but you will get better and better and better and more comfortable with it. And I know like Lori really struggled like a couple years ago with being on video and doing video. And I honestly think that Snapchat at the time. I used to tell people like Lori, you know, used to be really uncomfortable on video, but Snapchat forced her to do like 10-second videos and it made her more comfortable. And now I think Lori is awesome on video. Hold on, I'm gonna let Roka out because she's having FOMO. So you need to do Instagram story 100% if you're not doing it, and you need to do videos, let people in on your world. But I think, you know, you just listen to the market, listen to your followers, see what does well, play around. And social media is changing literally, I feel like daily or weekly. So just try to do your best. Just seeing if there's any, oh yeah, I love that. Fear equals false evidence appearing real. Okay. Wait a second. Jill said, I am not photogenic. And then someone said, I feel that way too. I hate every picture I take of myself. Guess what? Hate is a feeling. Lack of confidence is a feeling. Feeling is a choice, which means you can choose something else. I literally hated, I think, every single picture that we took at Super Saturday. I was like, ugh, gross. And it got me in a funk. And then I'm like, no, You get to decide something else. You get to decide that it doesn't matter. And I tried my best to look at photos of myself, especially ones where I feel like I don't like the way I look in it. I try my best to look at it through the eyes of somebody who loved me, because a lot of the pictures that people put up of me, they were like saying nice things about me. Like, I met this girl and she's so inspiring, da, da, da. And here I am reducing myself to my body and the way I look. Meanwhile, I've like impacted this person's life. So it's a choice. Feelings, they're like, so I listened to this life coach school podcast. It's amazing. And there's something called the model on it. And it's our thoughts create our feelings, feelings create our actions, actions create results. So if you are thinking you don't like the way that you look or you're not photogenic, then when you see a photo, you're going to feel like you look ugly or fat or whatever. And then you're going to create an action off of that, which is I'm not going to post it, or I'm going to have no confidence and I'm not going to be able to speak to people, which creates a result. If you're not confident in yourself, you're not going to invite people to join you. You're not going to believe in your ability to help people or coach people. Your thoughts create your feelings, create your actions, create your results. You are in control of all of it. So if you think you're not photogenic, think something else. Thinking is a choice. You get to choose the thoughts. I'm not saying it's easy. It is a challenge. I know I'm about to go on this trip to France and there's a photographer that follows you around, and I know I'm going to have to choose daily, because I'm going with all these people who are like super fit. I'm going to have to choose daily that I am beautiful and perfect exactly as I am, because it's a choice. All right. Oh, yep. Just like Jamie said, I promise that's a lie you're telling yourself. It takes practice. And I mean, there is something to be said for like getting better at selfies. My selfies sucked at first. That's why I gave you a few tips on how to do it. I also like a higher angle. So I like face, get natural light, and I like a little bit of a higher angle. So I usually like I'm looking up into the camera and I'm looking into the lens, and light, bright, eye-catching. Smile. Oh, do not take a sweaty selfie with a miserable face. Like, drenched red face. I'm like, because let me tell you how many people that inspires. None. Nobody is seeing that and they're like, oh, I want to jump on that train. That looks like a good time, right? So even the workouts where I'm like cussing out the trainer and I hate it, I force myself to smile after, because I can't convey to them how exhausted I feel in a photo. I can do it in the caption, but I have to stop their scroll first, which means it has to be like smiling and happy and making it look like they want to do what I'm doing, right? If I look miserable, they're going to be like, that's all right. I've got enough misery in my life. I'm not joining you, right? Okay. Ashley, did you use hashtags to pull people in you didn't know? I did it in the beginning. Yes, I stopped doing that a while ago. Now my page kind of grows organically, but I definitely did in the beginning. And I think hashtags are a big part of it. But don't hashtag Beachbody Coach, hashtag Lift4, hashtag Shakeology. Because you know who's finding those people? Beachbody people. You want people that don't know anything about this world. So you want people, like for me, it would be like, you know, postpartum, 7-month-old, new mom, pit mom, dog mom, unicorn hair when I had that like purple. I used to hashtag beer snob. I like Portland, Travelista, like whatever. So things that make you you, that are not like just Beachbody people searching it out, right? Okay, I get this question a lot. So Jessica Pearson asked this, but I emailed you about how do you find new people? I want to invite, but I'm stuck with it. So what I have been telling people lately, and we need to have more guest speakers on that help us with inviting. So that is something that us leaders will go on the hunt for, is finding people that are good at inviting. But we have had 3 people in the last couple months that have been amazing. So I want you to go into the files section of all of each, whatever team page that you're in, and search out the videos, the one by Haley Christian, the one by Christina Battaglia, and the one by Colleen Curtis. Those 3, they are inviting like bosses on Instagram right now, and they all do it in a different way, and they all have little different tips. So watch those videos and then implement their strategies. That's what I've been telling people, like, because they're doing it amazing right now. Okay, looking. Lord, this is where I struggle with what people think. If you're struggling also with what people will think of you, you need to do more personal development. I literally lived my entire life based on what other people thought of me. Like, I dressed myself based on what other people thought. I went to college and studied what I thought people wanted. I got the job where I thought people wanted me to work. I did everything based on other people's opinions. I now do basically nothing based on other people's opinions, some things. But if I can recover from it, you can too, but it starts with your brain. So you've got to do personal development, you guys. I cannot, like, you hear us say it every call, listen, be coachable, do personal development. Okay. Could some of you share some IG posts you're proud of? Maybe that could be a takeaway in our team pages. I'm not sure how to share it here. How do we transform how we post and share on social media? How do we transform how we post? Oh shoot, there's 72 new messages still. Crap. How do we transform how we post and share? So I'm not sure really what that means. I feel like you just start post. Here's the other thing. I think people are like I saw another comment, like, I'm not an active poster, so I feel like I can't post a lot now because people will be all weirded out. Like, nobody is paying as much attention to your life as you think they are. They just aren't. Like, I don't know about you guys, how many of you follow me? Like, I even saw somebody on here that said Arizona ? Like, I've talked about it so many times that we're moving from Arizona to Oregon for a seasonal thing, and people still miss it. People miss things all the time. Nobody is paying that much attention to your life. So you just get to start posting whatever you want and however much you want. Like, no one's thinking, oh gosh, that's weird. She only posted like once last week, and today she posted twice. Nobody is doing that, right? Like, they're just not paying that much attention. They care way more about themselves than they care about you. So just start posting, and maybe they will start being like, oh wow, she's posting a lot more than she used to, and maybe they'll check you out. It's fine. It's going to take them a while. And those people who do like see it, they are your biggest fans. So no problem there with them knowing, right? What do I mean by brand colors? Oh, I didn't talk about that, did I? So I think it's important to edit your photos in a similar kind of color story. So I use the app Snapseed. I know that there are a few other ones. I know Brittany Kaiser uses an app called Color Story, but you want to kind of use the same filter and the same kind of steps to edit all your photos. So I use a lot of like pink. I like to use a lot of color. So I saturate certain stuff on my photos. I know Amy Silverman uses like lots of nature and kind of a darker color story. Emily uses like, we'll put the same picture up and I will oversaturate it, and she will like kind of mattify it almost, because that's her brand. So you want to just have it be like cohesive. So that way when somebody goes to your page, it's not like so jarring visually. Okay, I'm going to go to the bottom of all these and just see. Got a couple minutes left. Wow, there's a long one. Holy smokes, Savannah. Okay. Last day of AAA in phase 2. I've come so far, proud of myself. Doing what others only wish they could do. I invested my time, money. Then I remember why I wanted this. How about you? Do you have, wait, I'm confused. How about you? Do you have goals? Are you meeting them? Are you pushing yourself to be better? I was so against. I don't really understand that comment. I don't know if that's like seems like a great caption to me. So maybe that, because there were 70 other messages that I missed. So I wonder if that is a caption. I don't know what that is. But that's awesome, Savannah, that you are nearing the end of phase 2. Okay. Oh, it's interesting. Yeah. I'm missing like all the comments because I couldn't keep up. But Brittany said, I don't think it's about hiding Beachbody. It's about creating curiosity. So they come to you instead of Amazon. Yeah, there is nobody prouder to be a Beachbody coach than me. Like, I am so proud of it. I just know that I was the kind of person where if I was following somebody that I liked and then they posted what exactly it was that they were doing, I would Google it and go buy it myself. Then like reach out to a stranger and ask for help. So I know that I provide more value than if they just would go to Beachbody and order the program themselves. I know it. I believe it in my bones. So I sell myself more than I sell Beachbody. So it's not about hiding Beachbody. It's about making sure that you are providing value outside of Beachbody and also not giving so much away that they don't go to you, like what Brittany said, but they don't go to you. They just go to Beachbody for what it is that you're selling, you know? So Rudy asks, how to invite is one thing. Where to find people to invite is another thing. That is in the Colleen Curtis call that I mentioned. That's what her whole call is about. All right. Oh, thank you, Megan, for typing in those names. Thank you, everybody. Okay, wow, you guys are the best. Any tips for changing IG to a business account? I have public figure, but I only have like 400 followers. I don't have any tips on that because I don't know. I would Google. If you mean like the actual execution of it or whether you should or not, I would say everyone should like do it, become a business account, but maybe you have to have a certain number of followers. I don't know. Google is your best friend on that question. Oh, good. I'm so glad this helped you, Leslie. Okay, I think I have a hard time branding myself when I only have like 350 followers, and I'm a bit worried about people thinking, who the heck she putting on a show for? I feel like my low amount of followers takes away a lot of credibility, you know? So here's my thought on that. You thinking that 350 followers is not a lot is like, and then like thinking, well, I need more followers before I can show up as myself. And I'm not calling you out on this. This is a thought. This was actually part of my presentation that I did, that I'm going to do for the Diamond Dash. So this is a very common thought, and I'm so thankful that you asked this question. But you thinking, I only have 350 followers, so I have a hard time being myself and showing up and providing value for them. I need more people, is like you inviting your best friends, your closest friends and family over, inviting them over to your house for dinner. And they're all seated around your table and they're ready. You've put the food out and they're waiting for you to join them. And instead of joining the people that are at your table ready to have dinner with you, you are running up and down the street, screaming, banging pots and pans, trying to invite more people to your party. So instead of doing that, focus on serving the people at your dinner table. Because if you serve them, they will tell other people about how good your food is and how awesome your home is and how funny you are and how great your family is. Like, they will tell people about you and you will get out there. But if you are screaming, running around trying to find more people to join your dinner party and ignoring the people that are like paying attention to you and ready to sit down and have dinner with you now, you got it all wrong. It is not about the number of followers you have. It is about the number of followers you have who care. So make those 350 feel valued. Let those 350 people know who you are. I started with 0 followers too. So did Lori, so did Emily, so did Letty, so did Tanya, so did every single person on this call, so did every top coach, so did every like brand new coach. Everybody starts at 0. 0 followers. Like, we have maybe friends, but those are not followers. Friends are not fans. Right? You know that a lot of people on your friends list you met at one party in college, you don't even remember them, right? Like, so many of our friends lists are made up of that. Those are not fans. They don't care about you, but start making them care about you, you know? I got that from Jenna Kutcher. Is another really great podcast for you guys is the Goal Digger podcast. But she talks about how you want to create fans, not just followers. So people can't, like, she's a photographer in Wisconsin, but if all she did was talk about shooting weddings in this town in Wisconsin, then she's only going to appeal to people who are getting married in that town in Wisconsin. But if she shares who she is, right? So her infertility struggle was a part of her story, and all that, like, she loved, part of her brand is mac and cheese, and all the other things that make Jenna makes people care about Jenna. They become a fan of hers. So then maybe if they need a photographer, they think about her. Maybe they even fly her in to where they're going. Or she now has a whole bunch of other businesses, so they can, purchase from her there. But make people care about you, but you have to care about the people that are paying attention to you now. 350 followers is 350 lives. Remember how you need 3 people a month, which is 3 times 12. What is that? 12, 24, 36. It's 36 people a year, and you've got 350 people following you right now. That's like, cool. That's Success Club for the next 100 years following you. So like, love them, you know, pay attention to them. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I think dinner's almost ready. I've been so focused on the number I have. Yes, consistency and good content. Oh, look at that. Brittany said I went diamond with less than 100 followers. Boom. Okay. All right, well, any other tips how to create captions? How many IG posts per day do you recommend? I gave you a bunch of ideas on how to create captions, so I don't have any more outside of what I gave you. But how many IG posts per day do you recommend? I think if you have 1 to 2 solid posts and then you're doing 8 to 10 stories a day, perfect. What podcast do I recommend for personal development? I mentioned a couple. The Goal Digger podcast with Jenna Kutcher, the Life Coach School podcast, and I also really like the School of Greatness with Lewis Howes. Sorry, Rochelle, that was for... I have no idea what the brand is for those tanks on Amazon, but I think that they're in my Amazon favorites link, which is in my link in my bio on Amazon. All right, I got a jet. Thank you guys so much for spending an hour of your time with me. Super appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you guys just blow your content out of the water. And maybe what we could all do, like that one girl asked, someone asked on here, what is like a great IG post you had? So each of the leaders, like Lori, Emily, Tanya, Letty, if you guys are on, posting your team page, maybe some, you know, and then we can all go share one of our posts that got really great engagement, just to give each other ideas or something like that. So have an awesome night. I will get the recording up as soon as I can. Bye.